Hey guys, I'm up Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? I want to do a follow-up video on the video I did yesterday on Bill Alexander and Paul Williams' extended life baits. If you guys didn't see that video, I encourage you to check that out. I just wanted to add a couple things and then show you something else that Bill and Paul make that I love. I didn't realize, and I just talked to Bill on the phone today, that the claws on the varmint, the one creature bait, that actually has the mesh in it too. So as he's told me today that it's really takes a lot to tear them off. So I didn't know that when I did the video yesterday. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And you can get these directly from Bill. They don't have them at Fish 307 yet. But if you're interested in that creature bait, that varmint or the craw, the claws have the mesh through them too. So he told me they do not come off either. So that's good. I didn't realize that. And then when I looked at them when I got home, I said, oh yeah, look, the mesh is through there. So as I said yesterday, that's not going to come off the hook, but the claws aren't going to get torn off either. If you get the claws torn off these, you know you had a darn good day. But I just wanted to add that as kind of an aside for yesterday's video, since I talked to Bill today, and he told me, he said, no, he goes, the claws have the mesh in there too. So really durable. So if you're interested in getting those, you can get them directly from Bill. I'll leave his number and email address and all that stuff in here, but that's the alpha craw that I showed you guys yesterday. And then that's the varmint, the like beaver style bait. So I just wanted to let you guys know that those claws have the mesh in them too. So they're very tough. Now, the real reason I was going to do this video, other than adding this bit of information to you, is as I told you guys, the way how I met Bill was that through his hair jigs. And as you can see, most of the hair jigs in this box are M.T.O hair jigs. Some of these are some different brands on the bottom, but all those ones up on top there, on this middle section, those are all M.T.O Bill Alexander jigs. I don't know if Paul makes the jigs too. I know him and Bill do the soft plastics together, but for you guys who have never seen the package before, there it is right there. And the reason I bring it up is because, Bill was nice enough to throw me a few more hair jigs. And I just wanted to kind of show them to you before I put them away in this box. So these are some different sizes. I think I'm not sure of the exact size of all these heads. I think this big one is a 3/8. That's that olive green color, which is really great. So if you guys like a bigger hair jig, I think might be a 3/8. I think that's a 3/8. Looks like the biggest head that he gave me here. But if you guys like throwing a hair jig, these are absolutely awesome. And the way I'll throw these, now the 3/8 I haven't used as much, even though I do sometimes if I'm fishing really deep water. But what I'll do with these, there's two ways that I like to fish a hair jig. And both of them is with a spinning setup. And usually a medium heavy rod, 7 foot at least, 8. Maybe I'll go 10 if it's real rocky. But most of the time I'm using 8-pound fluoro. Maybe 10 if I know I'm going to be fishing some real gnarly stuff. But most of the time what I'm doing is I'm throwing this out, and I'm just almost throwing it like a crankbait. I'm just slowly reeling it back to the boat. And I'm just seeing how the fish react to it. Sometimes that's the way they want it, because when this hair jig is going through the water column, the hair is really kind of just like undulating there in the water, and it's kind of just like flowing in and out, and it looks very natural, like a bait fish. But I believe that's the olive green, they call that one. I have some info on his hair jigs that I'll add to the end, some photos with some pictures and stuff that Bill had sent me, and some info that you guys can check out. I'll add them to the end of the video, and I hope it kind of shows up for you. I may add it to my Instagram account too if it doesn't show up. Well, I'm going to send you some pictures too of when they were fishing in the saltwater the other day, and some of the fish they caught throwing those Neds I showed you. But if you're interested in them and you see those pictures, you can, if you're watching this on video, obviously, you can just pause it and check them out, since they're going to be photos. But that's just that olive green. I think that's a 3/8 ounce size, that bigger size head. As I said, I'll take them out, throw it out and just kind of just swim it back to the boat. This, I believe, are the 1/4 ounce size. It's just a little bit of a smaller head. And I mean, I just once I finally get out this season, I will definitely have. And you can catch them on a hair jig all year long, but really, especially early in the year or late in the year, I do the best with them. And I think these are the 1/4. They kind of feel like a 1/4 ounce. There's that olive in the 1/4 ounce. I think this bag is a 1/4 ounce too. It looks like the same size head. Might be a little smaller, maybe 3/16. I'm not sure. And then I know he gave me some of these 1/8 ounce ones, which I haven't thrown as much. And he was telling me sometimes that 1/8 ounce is the way to go. So you can see it. You'll see when I take it out that 1/8 ounce is a lot more compact. So if you're looking, you know, the fish are maybe a little skittish, that water's really cold, this is probably the one I should start with when I first get out on the water and that water's still in, you know, low 40s and the fish are a little punky. But as I said, I'll throw it out and just slowly just swim it back to the boat. And that hair is just kind of moving along there. Now, the other way I'll throw it, if I find I'm not getting bit by swimming it, what I'll do is I'll add, and you guys know I like to use super pork, and I have these junior size super porks. And I'll just put, and I've done very well with this too on occasion. I don't want to make a mess here because these are wet. Not dripping all. That's like a small junior size. So if you have like an Uncle Josh or whatever small size pork you have, put that on there and then just slowly swim it back to the boat as I'm kind of bumping it along. That's more if I'm kind of dragging. I'm swimming it, letting it hit the bottom, dragging it a little bit, maybe letting it sit and popping it up a little bit. But I always try the swimming technique first. And then if that's not working out, and I've got like a black and blue in the junior size, I'll put that pork on there and let it sit on the bottom, and it can be really deadly sometimes in that cold water. But that's, I believe these are the 1/8 ounce ones, which I'm going to try more because Bill said those are really good when that water is really cold. Oops, if I don't drop them all over the floor, I'll just leave that there. And he also gave me some of these of the black color, which is usually the color I start with. I love that green olive color, but there's really 3 colors, and I'll show you the ones I have in my box here. My hair jig box. I think that's a 1/4 ounce. I think that's a 1/4. And the black is deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly. This is probably the one I start with, a 1/4 ounce black hair jig. I'll start with that at the beginning of the season. And really, I mean, you can fish these all year long. You know, northern smallmouth guys throw these all year long. All year long. They are just great. They are great. And just kind of throwing it out and just slowly reeling it back. And as I said, you can put the pork on if they're not chasing, if they're really glued to the bottom and you want to kind of drag it along a little bit. That's always a good option too. And I think that's a 1/4 ounce also. I'll show you some of the 1/8 ounce in the black. If I can get it out. But you can see that being great when the bite is really tough. Really tough. You want to be really finessey. That 1/8 ounce. You know, I probably would even, if I'm going to throw an 1/8 ounce one, even 8-pound line might be too much. I might go 6. And just throw that out there, reel it back to the boat. As I said, if they're not cooperating with that, try it with some pork on there, see if they'll eat it that way. But that's it. I just wanted to show you those hair jigs quick. Another, let's see if I can find one here. That's an 1/8. There's some of the sand fleas in that brown color that I like. You see that packaging? I always had a lot of Bill's hair jig, and then I know that one year my old club Bergen, I mentioned them a lot. We raffled off a whole box of Bill's hair jigs, and I was the highest bidder. So I think, so I got a whole bunch more. That's probably where I got these 1/8 ounce ones, because usually when I order them, I would always order a 1/4 ounce. Let me see if I got any of the brown. Where's my brown with in the quarter ounce? I know I got a ton of them here somewhere. Show them to you. Oh, there we go. That's a 3/8. I gotta organize this this box again. There we go. There's some quarter ouncers. There's that same free. There's a quarter ounce. And this is a color I like a lot, this brown color. Really, I think with the black, the olive green, and the brown, you probably don't really need any other colors. I know he has a few more colors. They're all great, but this is probably the one, I would say the black one is probably the one I start with. And then I'll try this guy here. The brown is great, especially when I use like this brown pork with it. Done very well with this, especially on the rivers. It's just a great bait. Great smallie bait, great fishing, you know. I don't know if I've caught a lot of largies throwing a hair jig, but I know the smallies love it. I know the smallies love it. So for you guys, you know, starting, you know, this, you know, I don't know where everybody lives here, if you guys are all in the Northeast or not, where I am, but, you know, spring was coming, the lakes were open, we were all ready to go. I was thinking after Easter, I'd be all ready to get the boat out, and then we just had a big snowstorm. Now, where I am in New Hampshire, I was lucky. I didn't get slammed too bad, about 6 inches, and it's been really nice the last 2 days, so a lot of it's melted away. But it started off as snow, and then it turned, you know, and then it turned to rain, and it poured all day Saturday. So it was like about 5 inches of slush everywhere. And then Saturday night, it got cold and started to snow again, so it dumped another 2 inches of snow on top of that and froze that underneath. And then I guess around 9 o'clock Saturday night, everything stopped. Now, my area where I am in New Hampshire, not bad. There's people that are not that far away that got really hit bad with ice and lost power and stuff. So I guess I'll consider myself lucky. And I know some places in New York where they got a few feet of snow. So, you know, I guess we got lucky. I didn't want any more snow in March, but it happened. It happened last year and it happened this year again. So things are on hold a little bit. Not that the lakes probably froze back up. But I'm sure all the boat ramps have 6 or 8 inches of snow on them. So, you know, I didn't think I was going to get the fish till after Easter anyway. So no big deal. But I just wanted to show you guys. First, I wanted to show you that if you are interested in these creature baits and craws from Bill and Paul from Extended Life Baits, they do have mesh in the claws, so that makes them even more durable. And then I wanted to show you the hair jigs, which I just, you know, I encourage you guys to check back in my archives of my other videos I've done on Bill's hair jigs. I just love them. I think it's my favorite hair jig. I've said that many times, and that's how I got to know Bill, by doing a video on his hair jigs. So I'll put all the information for Bill and for Paul for Extended Life Baits and for Bill's hair jigs for M.T.O. And I'll add those pictures to the end that he sent me, and I'm going to add some pictures that he sent me from when they were fishing down in Florida and catching all those. I guess it was trout, sea trout. I guess they were catching. I am no saltwater expert by any means, but they were killing them on the Extended Life Baits net, killing them and catching like 50 fish with one bait. So you know, that for you saltwater guys, that might be a nice option for you down the road. But like I said, I will add those pictures at the end of the video. So at the end of the video, those pictures will go by of the hair jigs, the pictures of the fish that they caught when they were fishing in the saltwater fishing. I'll put Bill's email address. I'll put the phone number there, and you can, if you're interested in any of the Extended Life Baits or any of the hair jigs, you can get in touch with him. Okay. So I know that he told me that when he has some free time when he's down in Florida, he just ties hair jigs. So he's probably got a bunch. But anything you want to order, you can call him up. I know he's going to be back in New York after the holiday, and fishing season will be here, hopefully for all of us, when I get back from Easter break down with the family down in South Jersey and North Jersey, and get back. Hopefully you can see me doing something other than sitting in the basement here in the tackle room showing you guys the baits. I could actually be on the water doing a little fishing. That would be nice. But that's it. So once again, M.T.O. lures, hair jigs, my favorites. I love them. You guys know that. And also, just to reiterate, the Extended Life Baits, those creature baits and craws, they do have mesh in the claws, so they're very, very durable. So if you guys are interested in trying them out, you can get in touch with Bill and Paul, and order some up, okay? So I'll put all that stuff in there and you guys can check it out, all the contact info and everything. You guys can order away if you're interested, okay? So I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.